Hello and welcome to another update video on Palladium. I haven't covered Palladium for quite some time. I do cover it regularly in our stocks membership, kind of as a bonus. But today I thought we'll break it down together on YouTube. Now, I covered Platinum a few days ago as well. So you know how I have the whole picture basically. And so let's take a look at the different structures here on the Palladium chart. Now, if you watched months ago my video on the MCO Global channel, then you know that I was quite bullish on Palladium and Platinum. It's just that we had not seen at the time a breakout or an upside reversal. We start to see that right now. The market, if we zoom out a little bit, the market has reacted to this larger support area, but upside momentum remains a bit choppy, but I think we have some decent momentum, right? But the structures are a bit choppy. That's not necessarily a surprise, because looking at the bigger picture, we could still be working on a larger degree fourth wave correction in a B wave rally, or in a fifth wave, which, however, based on the overall context, you see that how choppy this larger time frame chart is, yeah, which should be an ABC structure. The fifth wave should be an ABC, because the third wave is an ABC, the first wave is an ABC, so it's an absolute mess. But it is what it is. Palladium and Platinum move in these structures. They are not moving in impulsive structures like gold and silver. That was the dog. That was the dog. Dog just stretching. I was like, what's going on? Okay, yeah, no, that's all sorted. So, where was I? Sorry. Yeah, so that means we should be either in a B wave or an A wave in this fifth wave. And then, because we're not dealing with impulsive structures, it will be quite difficult to really, have a high degree of confidence in any one count. That's a bit different to gold and silver, because here things are a bit more choppy. So for example, on the Palladium chart, while I expect prices to go higher, possibly even into the 2,500 plus region over the coming, months or maybe even years, it is possible that we get large setbacks in between. So the structure, what basically Elliott Wave, which is the rule of market structure, is telling us, is we have to be ready for surprises, and it will be a bumpy ride. Okay, it should be a bumpy ride. Let's not say it will, but it should be a bumpy ride. That's very often what we see when we're dealing with structures that are not moving in impulsive structures, but they are choppy, messy, and we're dealing with diagonal structures. There are just many possible scenarios that could play out, right? The reason is that diagonals, they unfold in ABC structures. So they don't unfold as impulsive structures. So while we have 5 waves, usually in a diagonal, if this, for example, is an A wave, this move up is certainly not impulsive, but it can be 5 waves, but the subwaves are ABC structures. So that's the problem there, okay? Now, in this A wave to the upside, in this 5 wave move up, we're currently tracking in the white scenario a third wave. And there are 2 scenarios within this scenario, okay? So we don't need to distinguish between, okay, is it the yellow B wave, is it the white A wave? At the moment, we need to focus more on the smaller time frames, because we can't distinguish on the larger time frame because everything's choppy. So normally we would say, if the market is moving up impulsively, right, then it shouldn't be a B wave, but it could be both, right? It's not an impulse. Now, in the very short term here on the, this is the daily chart on the Palladium chart, I'm tracking the CFD's chart here. We have an ABC structure, and the C wave could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Support I have here is between $1,303 and $1,492. I need to see a more convincing reaction here to determine that wave 5 has started. If we see a decisive break below 1,300, the door opens to the lower support region, which is relevant for a B wave pullback. So in the white count, we already had an AB, and we're now in the C wave up. In the orange count, that A wave only just finished. And the reason is we have hit a first resistance zone, the 100% extension. So basically, in the orange count, this could be A, this could be B, this could be C, right? So it's absolutely possible that we already, hold on, I just wanted to change the wave degree there, that we have already hit the A wave, and now we start the B, and then only we carry on with the C of wave 3. So it's the same third wave. The question now is, in this third wave, that's the thesis, we're in the third wave, are we going up more directly? Or do we get a deeper pullback in the B wave? And I'm quite neutral between the two, because I haven't seen any impulsive reaction yet to the upper support area that would allow me to determine, okay, it's this or that. Be prepared for both. This gives you kind of the roadmap for the orange scenario. I'm gonna remove the levels we don't need anymore. But yeah, basically that tells you the structure we're dealing with. The resistance, the nearest resistance, is this. And I'm going to add the 88.7 fib level. So if this now is a B wave bounce that starts from here and we enter a larger B, so wave B of B essentially, then the market would likely test this area next between $1,479 and $1,587. So this is how I see at the moment the Palladium chart in the very short term. You see it, I mean, there's not anything really convincing there. Structures are not as clean as they are, for example, on the silver and gold charts. That's just Palladium, right? And so the move up might be here, a B wave. We also broke above a trend line. So maybe the market has started to move now towards this resistance area, and that would also be likely an ABC structure. Now, if we break out above resistance, it's the fifth wave. I really can't, there's no way really that we could distinguish at the moment between the two different scenarios. It will be the structure of this bounce. So yeah, that's the update on Palladium. It should give you a good idea of the support and resistance levels. And if you're wondering where you can actually trade Palladium, because whenever I make a Palladium or Platinum video, people send me emails and ask me what would you suggest? Where can you trade Palladium? And we've partnered with XTB as MCO. They are a fully regulated global broker. They operate in most regions around the world. And for me, it was quite important to work with an international broker, so most people can access it. It's unfortunately not yet available in the US. They do offer Palladium CFDs, which basically mirror that chart I'm tracking. And so you can trade basically the same market moves without needing a separate account, futures account or so. So that's Palladium, for example. You can just enter it here. You see there are also Palladium stocks, by the way. But this is basically the same chart. Yeah, Palladium. You can also change this to log and everything. They have a chart tool, and you can draw trend lines and assign fib levels and so on. So that's all here as well. By the way, we're also using this broker to build our MCO portfolio, which you can follow in our stocks membership. But basically, yeah, the account setup is quick. Deposits, withdrawals are free, and overall it's just a very clean professional platform. They've got even a news dashboard, calendar, market analysis tools, and much more. So if you'd like to support this channel and the MCO project, where we post daily market updates on gold, silver, and sometimes, as you can see, even Palladium, you'll find the partner link pinned below. Until the end of October, by the way, you can or might even qualify for a free stock, and by signing up through that link, you're directly supporting what we're building here at MCO. But again, that free stock, there are some conditions, so you can read through that if you follow the link. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed the update. I hope that added some value. Yeah, also to help you understand where you can actually trade Palladium if you want to. But obviously focus on your risk management as well. They are CFDs. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.